I'm adding moong ki dal. And please don't look at this recipe today, the demo, as biblical truth. Google my name, and this recipe was voted by Time Out New York, New York Times, as the dish of 2017. The dish that was the tastiest and also deeply nutritive. I'm roasting this dal. Why? To get the essential oils of the dal out and get that nutty aroma of the moong ki dal. Did you know this? The khushbu comes out. The dal goes golden, and with that, the golden flavor of bhuna moong ki dal comes out, and it adds to the dish. That's why it's birbal ki khichdi. It's not a bimaro ki khichdi. I can't deal with that peeli khichdi that my mother would give me when I got sick. I have no comfort in it. I want birbal ki khichdi with Panditji made over 3.5 or 4 hours of very slow cooking with 3 or 4 steps into that dish. So I'm waiting for this to brown evenly. That's the magic of this dish. Even the rice, if the chef has very kindly soaked it for me, but we need to rinse it because this will also get roasted. Both the rice and the lentils get roasted. We'll pretend I'm Sanjeev Kapoor and we're doing it in a minute. The dal is golden brown. I can smell it. It's yummy, perfect. We'll put it into another pan. The dal done. It's all fake cooking today. And now we add a little ghee into this pan. And we are the land of Amul and Manthan, Maharagaon, Kathiawadi, जहाँ दूध की नदियाँ बहें, तो घी भी बहुत बनता है. तो सही में पानी है घी है ना? हाँ घी है. In this, we'll add whole spices, which are, where are my whole spices? Now let's see what Panditji put in this. He was a Purabiya. My grandmother came from a quasi-royal household called Kurwar near Lucknow. We are adding bay leaves, we are adding cinnamon stick went first. Thank you for correcting me. Cinnamon stick, cloves, cardamom. Bay leaf chef nahi hai na? Bay leaf Gujarat mein bahut mehenga milta hai, wo comes from the temperate regions. So we've avoided them today. So when they blossomed, what I learned from Panditji, which perhaps Chef Gill will agree or not, in our home, the oil was never heated, chef, before adding the spices. For Dadi, her grandmother, Panditji, who was 8th generation of a generation of Maharajas who cooked for families of Brahmins that wanted a Brahmin chef, they put spices in thanda tel, thanda ghee. Why? They wanted the spices to luxuriate in the bath of hot oil, bringing the essential flavor out. The cinnamon, see, it's getting plump. Yeah. The cloves have become almost straight. There's no phoolna in it. Now we add panch phoran, which is the Purabiya spice from Bengal, with 5 different spices in it. Can you name them? Spend the next 5 minutes telling me what they are. You know, you can have only brains or beauty. I wasn't given beauty, so I got the brains. No, you can be both. You do more than try, you're gorgeous. Now I'm adding the dal into this. And you must be very attentive in a kitchen, otherwise mishaps happen. If you pay tell me, what did you find? Did you see ginger?
No. No, there's zira, there's ajwain.
No, there's no ajwain.
Okay. Was that zira?
Is that zira? You're correct.
What is this then?
This is, now tell me. Chilonji. This is a pickling spice also. So you know it has onion seed, they call it. It's not, doesn't belong to the onion family. Nigella is the name, in the Latin name. So it's, we call it onion seeds in naan वगैरह में. Chef naan में डालते हैं ना कभी-कभी ऊपर? Yes. They put it on naan. तो अब ये दाल भुन गई है और भी. इस पे अब chef चावल दे देंगे मुझे. Thank you, chef, for working so hard. You cooked all day long for us without much thanks and gratitude from us. शुक्रिया. अब हम चावल को भी थोड़ा भूनेंगे. आप अपने घर पे चावल को कच्चा रखेंगे, धो के साफ करके सुखाएं, उससे चावल का ऑयल, चावल की खुशबू आ जाती है. तो ये डाला टर्मरिक है शेफ. इसमें अब आपने टर्मरिक डाल दी, हल्दी, थोड़ा सा इसमें हम अब सब्जियां डाल देंगे. We'll put cauliflower, we'll put green peas, and I've not given you a free take, you have to still tell me more. Aloo, carrots, All the veggies that are seasonal can go in. इसको mix कर दें, इसमें पानी डाल दें, इनसे थोड़ा flirt करें, इनको hello बोलिए. All your hatred towards a loved one goes out into the pan. So when you sit at the table, you're happy and being good to your guests and lovers and family members. Cooking is very cathartic. So I'm cooking the turmeric. कैसे पानी जी. थोड़ा मेरे को 1 minute और दे दें. Just be generous with time in the kitchen. Because you know, you can move your hips while cooking, do your little exercising, all of that can happen. And just look at food as being therapeutic, being cathartic, being healing, being a session with a shrink. So this is all of that. Ab dal de pani, chef. It's again, think, it's all TV. I'm not doing, it's all fake cooking. Pura dal do, chef. And you're letting it swim in loose water, like loose lips, loose water. And ye bas ho gaya. Panditji would have put a finger for perfect. He would have gone 1/3 the way for khichdi twice. You do that? You put a finger where? Don't tell us, please. No naughtiness here. We are in Sabarmati. Gandhi ji ki adda hai ye. तो आप यहाँ पे इसलिए अच्छी खिचड़ी बना रहे हैं. थोड़ा नमक डाल दीजिए, chef. And don't trust another person's namak. It's not the same. Chef, डालेंगे. So, madam, you were giving me names.
I gave you the only name I had.
Cumin.
Yes, cumin.
आपको पता है नमक क्या है? So let's
You
go
could
to.
tell me the
Can we
rest.
focus onto this? कैसे करें? So where's Panch Phoran from? I want you to become Miss Universe. For that, you'll need to have a good grounding on Indian culture. And this is your first class towards that. I was the nutrition advisor to Femina Miss India the year before you became Miss India. And we taught them about cooking. Because, you know, अब नवाब साहब तो आते नहीं है रामपुर से हर जगह. तो हमें उन्होंने टीवी में बोला आके खाना बनाना सिखाएं. तो आप इसमें फोकस कर रहे हैं? यहाँ पे दीजिए, आपको दीजिए. तो इसमें there's fenugreek seed that Rohini Maharani Sahiba from Nepal told us about using. What she also taught me was that till you don't burn fenugreek seed, it doesn't give you a bitter sweet flavor. Correct, Maharani Sahiba? So I learned that trick from her today. There's sarso, mustard. There's black mustard in it. There's sauf, fennel. There's cumin, and there's nigella. So Panch Phoran. So those are the 5 spices that come together. It's the like a sabut garam masala of Bengal. Think of it like that. Isko cover kar denge, chef. So this will keep cooking. We'll forget about it and go to the next dish thing that we are adding into this pan. For a good khichdi, you need to have a beautiful woman next to you, a glass of wine, and everything is perfect. But I don't drink, तो मेरे लिए नींबू पानी भी ठीक है, पानी भी ठंडा ठीक है. तो ये घी हम ले रहे हैं थोड़ा सा. इस घी में हम फिर से 5 फोरन डाल रहे हैं. I'm adding 5 foran over here. So the Panch Phoran is the backbone of this dish. So Nali, you're not paying attention. You're talking and distracting me. I watch my audience, so you're distracting me. So, so the Panch Phoran comes in here. I'm putting a little more ghee. And in this, we are doing a tadka that will go into this dish. So for that, again, let the spices pop. Thank you, chef. I have onions lying somewhere. Chef, here. And the onions have been chopped differently from the ones that were fried very aboriginally for the other one. इसमें भी 2 sizes हैं प्याज के. Please दिखाइए, focus into the pan, please, for me. So yes. So Pandit ji, he cooked for my family professionally for 48 years, lived with us for 72 years. His 7 other generations before him also did the same thing. Panditji told me when he cooks sauces, this was before there was pre-made, batch-made sauces and all kinds of paste. They put onions in 2 or 3 textures, sizes. To dardara, Nawab Sahab जानते होंगे dardara क्या होता है? Like almost as coarse as my speech. So वो texture आ जाता है. Namak डाल देंगे chef थोड़ा सा. So I'm adding namak because I want to be a Miss India one day. So I need to be thrifty and smart. So namak will hasten the cooking.
Salt is important.
And also, it
In
also
life as well.
it also makes it faster. So do you cook anything at home?
have been very fortunate to be fed great deal by my parents and my mother. I haven't really been a cook ever, actually, but I am enjoying what you're introducing me to.
But you know, browning the onions here.
I do.
So browning onions, we've used two sizes. Some will get very soft and sweet. The others will give texture. They'll give, when you have mouthfeel. So in satiety, the idea of chappan bhog in Hindu cooking was about giving all the senses a party for the senses, a party of flavors, a party of temperature, textural, color contrast, like good designers do. It's sometimes you go monotone, but there's texture that comes in terms of the fabric is woven differently in different parts of that detailed garment. We do it through texture, color, temperature, contrast, sense that we bring into a plate. So that's what we do in good cooking of Hindustan, be it the Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh cooking of India. All of it is focused on celebrating many nuanced layers of discovery. Pani aur dal de, chef. And keep watching what's happening in the pan, even if you're doing fake cooking. Chef, it is the fastest this can be? Because she and I will get a divorce before this finishes. What, 7 seconds of Insta moments? 7 seconds is the attention span today. We've already survived many marriages. Do you see any browning happening here?
Yes.
So give me your name again. I was told Miss India is coming.
Yeah.
They didn't give me a name.
Shreya,
Shreya, what a lovely name. What does Shreya mean?
the goddess of money, Lakshmi.
Goddess of money. So you're not into cooking, you just sell food.
I'm into money.
You're into money. How beautiful, I never knew this, Shreya. Thank you for teaching me. So see, you learned something today. Shreya का मतलब क्या होता है? आप लोग सो रहे उठे हुए हैं? Money, ये लक्ष्मी जी हैं यहाँ पे. तो अब ये प्याज भुन रही है. थोड़ा मैं और दिखाना चाहता हूँ, पर आप pretend करिए brown हो गई है. इसमें हम डालेंगे थोड़ा सा हल्दी, क्योंकि खिचड़ी must be yellow. इसमें थोड़ा आपने मेरे को कोरिएंडर और क्यूमिन भी दिया ना? कोरिएंडर, क्यूमिन, कोरिएंडर, गरम मसाला, एंड एक और ये रहा कोरिएंडर पाउडर. ये सब डालेगा. और अब आप एक बोतल खोल के पानी का रेडी रखेंगे शेफ. So another technique Pandit ji taught us. Sukha masalas you can cook because they are kacha and they need to be cooked a little to bring their salty personality that Maharani Nepal was very afraid of. कि हिंदुस्तानी लोग बहुत मसाला डालते हैं. तो आज हमने ये ग्राइप सुनी. तो आप बिल्कुल ठीक कह रही हैं महारानी साहिबा. हम लोग बहुत मसाला डालते हैं, पर हमारे मसाला डाल के भी वो नेपाली का खाने से कोई ज़्यादा नहीं होता. आपने जो आज हमें दही वाले आलू खिलाए, मैं almost was rolling on the ground with mirchi and flavor, and I was like, wow, I love her. This is the best pachdi I've had from southern India. नेपाल में बनी हुई साउथ इंडियन पचड़ी की तरह थी. So look at the magic of our connection. I think Chef Banjeet said it's the same thing. The goal is you do it with 2 spices, we do it with 8. But the balance is correctly. Sometimes more is more. I normally say less is more. But in Indian cooking, हम भूल जाते हैं less is more. I have learned something from Nepal, moderate. तो अब ये मसाले भून गए हैं. इनमें हम एक नॉटी मसाला डाल रहे हैं, जो हम लोगों ने विदेश से चोरी करा. I'm adding the spice that made India India, that makes people hate Indian food, but is not Indian. Chilies. I'm adding lal mirchi. And the minute you add it to a pan, and before it touches the ground of the pan, you have to add water. And this keeps it from burning, and it releases its color. So it will become vermilion in color, sindhuri. So this is a trick that home cooks know. Restaurant cooks just add bhuna hua masala, they don't care. तो ये घर के खाने की तमीज है. इसको आप अपने साथ घर लेके जाइए. देखिए कितना सुंदर इसमें ऑरेंजिश ब्राउन हुआ है. डिजाइनर साहब आपको दिखा? So it's not just a brown, it's a brick brown. So you know, we have to have trending colors and all of that. खाने में भी वो तमीज लेके आइए. अब इस brick brown चौके को हम mustard yellow खिचड़ी में डालेंगे, South Delhi accent में. And इसको मिलाएंगे, इसकी पूजा करेंगे, इसको प्यार देंगे, सोच देंगे, मैडम से फ्लर्ट करेंगे थोड़ा. मैम, आप खिचड़ी कैसे खाती हैं? बोल में, प्लेट में, हंसते हुए, रोते हुए, बीमार होते हुए? How do you eat खिचड़ी?
When I like to, and in a bowl or a plate.
My kind of gal, bold, huh? Comfort food. And who makes your khichdi for you?
Be my mom.
Does she do all the cooking? Does your dad ever get up and cook?
Oh, he helps her. My dad is also a
Modern
great
man.
cook, actually. Both of them are.
तो इसको फिर से हम थोड़ी देर के लिए भूल जाएंगे. अब while we were waiting for you to come, हमने ये तली हुई प्याज बना के रखी हुई है. ये एक और इसमें गार्निश जाती है. एक हमने गार्निश जल्दी जल्दी में बना दी क्योंकि यहाँ पे इंग्रेडिएंट्स मेरी तरह मुरझा रहे थे. Like I am melting away in this very hot environment. The ingredients were even less giving than I was. वो प्याज ये सब है. तो now इसमें छुरी की चटनी बनती है. रामपुर के नवाब आदि फेमस फॉर जबान एंड छुरी जरा तेज. तो हमने वैसी एक छुरी ली, उससे हमने अदरक काटा. पर ये छुरी ये रामपुर की छुरी नहीं थी. नवाब साहब आई विश यू वर हियर. बहुत जल्दी सब कुछ ठीक हो जाता. इसमें हमने थोड़ा सा धनिया डाला एंड हरी मिर्ची डाली. एंड अब हम झूठ बोलेंगे, एक और चीज डाली, वो डाली नहीं क्योंकि यहाँ के नींबू पीले हैं. जब कागजी नींबू, यू नो, finger, the paper limes, there are these green limes, kiwi, they're called, what's that cheesecake? The lime, the Floridian lime, key lime. Key lime is the closest to a Kagazi Nimbu. These are green limes, like Bharani of Nepal, unki sari ke rang ke. Aaj aap hi ki din hai. You're all, I'm coaching you all day long. The color of her sari, these limes are as thin as paper. You take a churi and you dice the skin finely. What you get is the scent of the lime and the acid from the juice. So we're using just the juice of the regular lime. ये डाल दिया. इसको छुरी की चटनी कहते हैं. रामपुर में इसी से रसल करते हैं. है ना रामपुर? वो हंस रहे नवैद साहब. I'm so sad you weren't here yesterday. I would have roasted you yesterday as well. पर आपकी शक्ल में क्या रौनक है. मतलब the designers can't, they don't have anything on you, Nawab sahab. They have to learn new tricks from you. His food is amazing. I've eaten at his not so well loved sister-in-law's table. बहुत एक दूसरे को प्यार देते पर मुझे पता अंदर कोई कहानियां हैं. And recipes एक से एक बेहतर होती हैं. आप हमारे लिए प्लीज क्या बना रहे हैं आप? Nawab Sahab, what are you making for me? So while Nawab Sahab is contemplating on what poison he'll be feeding me, I've taken the lime here, and here we are adding a very strange ingredient, some powdered sugar into this churi ki chutney and some salt. और देखो कितना flawlessly झूठ बोला. ये salt ही था, but we'll put some salt डाल. But you put powdered sugar and salt. Why? Because that little bit of the green chilka, that the bitterness that comes, the sugar helps. So I learned something from Nepal. हर चीज को ठीक करो. तो हमने इसमें थोड़ा चीनी डाला, थोड़ा कम मसाला डाला. अब इसमें थोड़ा गरम मसाला जाएगा शेफ. Your mother never did this. छुरी वाली चटनी. इसमें आपको जबान भी छुरी वाली चाहिए होती. तो ये आपने मिक्स कर दिया. अब हम प्रिटेंड करेंगे बोल इतना बढ़िया परफेक्टली कुक्ड है. ये फोटोग्राफ डाल दीजिए प्लीज, फिनिश्ड वाली. ज़्यादा फैला के नहीं, टाइट फोटोग्राफ. So you're looking at this as a bowl full of magic that has now perfectly cooked in a perfect world. A potato masher. Do you all know what a potato masher is? वो जैसे लस्सी जिससे बनाते हैं उसको भी डाल सकते हैं, पर इसको आप मैश करेंगे. आपकी वाइफ और पूरे हस्बैंड, आपके बच्चे, सबका गुस्सा इसके अंदर निकालें. खूब इसको पीटे, इसको पूरा मसल दे. अब हम इसको प्रिटेंड करेंगे हो गया. We don't have time. I'm being told खत्म हो गया मेरा टाइम. ये आपकी खिचड़ी हो गई. इसको आपने नमक ले चख लिया. प्लीज खाने मत आइएगा, नहीं तो आप मुझे जूते मारेंगे. ये परफेक्ट खिचड़ी है. I would have. You're so kind. अब इसको ऊपर हम इसको ग्रेमोलाता कहते हैं इटली में, और हम लोग गोरे लोग का ग्रेमोलाता खा के बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं. पर इसको छुरी की चटनी कहते हैं अवध में. ये छुरी की चटनी खिचड़ी के ऊपर जाएगी. मॉडर्न डे ग्रेमोलाटा, ओल्ड डे छुरी की चटनी, पूरा ऊपर इसको आप भरेंगे. देखिए कितना सुंदर रंग आ रहा है. आप लोग दिखा रहे हैं कितनी मेहनत शेफ ने हमारे लिए करी है. थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू शेफ. शेफ जगन हैज डन ऑल द वर्क फॉर अस. थैंक यू शेफ. इसके ऊपर आप अपनी प्याज डालेंगे और इसके ऊपर आप अपनी कहानियां सुनाएंगे डाइनिंग टेबल पे. बहुत लंबी लंबी कहानियां बीरबल की तरह.